Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially the 2023 presidential election. I want us to look at an issue that is trending. It is about the visit of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, and his running mate, Dr. Datti Baba-Ahmed, to Kaduna, and in the process paid a visit to the controversial Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmad Gumi. Peter Obi and Datti Ahmed, they were in Kaduna to attend the consultative meeting with joint committee of the Arewa groups who are sounding out the presidential candidates on what they intend to do for Nigeria if they are elected as president of Nigeria. So it was a very healthy development that this joint committee of Arewa groups, and I expect other parts of the country to take a cue from what these Arewa groups have done by sounding out the presidential candidates so that they could be able to tell Nigerians what they can do, because it is that kind of interaction that Nigerians will get to hear what these people intend to do for their country, so that we don't just elect people based purely on ethnicity, religion, and other primordial sentiments. Now, the visit of Mr. Peter Obi and Datti Ahmed to the house of or the official residence of Sheikh Gumi, who is a very prominent Islamic scholar in Nigeria, and in northern Nigeria in particular. And let us not forget, this Gumi himself is not only an Islamic scholar, he is also a trained medical doctor and a retired military officer. So he is one of the top elites of northern Nigeria. These are the opinion molders and shapers of northern Nigeria. They determine the direction and trajectory of northern politics, opinions, and views. So I was surprised when I saw the papers online saying that there are mixed reactions to Peter Obi's meeting with Sheikh Gumi in his official residence. And I went through some of them. I saw one person who wrote that why should Peter Obi visit Gumi, that he's disappointed in Peter Obi, that he went and visited Gumi, who is a bandit sympathizer who negotiates for kidnappers and all that, and said that Peter Obi has shown that he's no different from other presidential candidates, that he is highly disappointed. Another one said that why should Peter Obi visit Sheikh Gumi? Said that Sheikh Gumi is a nobody, that he's not a governor, he's not a minister or anything of what. So why is Peter Obi going to visit Sheikh Gumi? and that it shows that he's insensitive to the expectations of Nigerians from him. So it went on and on. So many people, you go through some of the papers online, they are talking about it, writing about it, from the Cable to the Vanguard to um, Premium Times and all that. So I looked at all these things, and I have to give my take on the matter, because I'm somebody who would like to look at things dispassionately and not being carried away by emotions. And I beg to differ from those who are critical of this meeting between Peter Obi and Sheikh Gumi. And before I go into that, before I go into the details of why I consider that meeting critical and essential, if you are new to my channel and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. Now, to the importance of this meeting that took place between Peter Obi and Sheikh Gumi. I consider it a very strategic and important meeting. If you know the way this election is going, you will understand why that meeting was important, especially to Peter Obi. It is Peter Obi that needs Sheikh Gumi more than Sheikh Gumi needs Peter Obi right now. And I will tell you why. Now, Sheikh Gumi is one of the opinion molders in northern Nigeria. He is a highly respected Islamic scholar trained in Saudi Arabia, both in Islamic knowledge and in medical science as a medical doctor. He is one of the most cerebral northerners you can get, and he shapes opinion of the region. He has millions of followers. Sheikh Gumi is no small imam. Now, if Peter Obi want to make inroad into northern Nigeria, especially northwest, where Sheikh Gumi comes from, and controls millions of followers who listens to his messages all the time and worship in his mosque on Fridays, you know that he is very important for a Peter Obi that is trying to make headway, make inroad into Northwest. Agreed that his running mate, Datti Baba-Ahmed, is doing the best he could. There's a need for Peter Obi to reach out to a zone where they view him with suspicion. So Gumi controlling millions of adherents of Islamic faith deserve respect, deserve to be courted. And what Peter Obi did was the right thing, to reach out to him, because he's an influential man. He controls millions of followers, even on social media. I remember that one of the things he asked Peter Obi is that Peter Obi should tell him what he will do so that he can be able to vote for him, for Peter Obi. And that whatever Peter Obi tells him, he would like to share it on his Facebook page. And I can tell you for free, many journalists get information on Sheikh Gumi's views on his Facebook. And he has millions of followers. So Sheikh Gumi could pass as an influencer if influencers are paid or quoted to promote a certain good or service. So somebody like him is critical and important. You may not agree with his style, but you cannot dismiss the fact that if you want to win votes of his supporters, that you have to war him. So what Peter Obi did was the right thing, reaching out to him. So this is to answer to the person who was saying that why is Peter Obi visiting Gumi? Is Gumi a minister? Is he a governor? You see, he even had more influence than ministers and governors. You can see how he was able to enter the bush and meet the bandits. You may not like it, you may disapprove of it, but it shows you that even the bandits in the bush respect him as an Islamic scholar. And you know about, there's another person who used to be a link in the negotiation with the bandits, Mamu. That one is in detention now by DSS, but nobody has ever touched Gumi or detained him over that interaction with those bandits, because he is seen as a religious leader. Of course, even the Mahmoud that is in detention, rather, he's also an Islamic scholar and also a journalist, but he's in detention because they have a reason to detain him. But Sheikh Gumi is walking free. So you cannot accuse him really of anything, because if he had done anything wrong, he would have been arrested the same way they arrested Mahmoud. So that is it. And as I said earlier on, he is a man who commands a lot of influence. And if Peter Obi is to be president of Nigeria, he has to be the president of all Nigerians. So you cannot tell Peter Obi that he cannot meet certain people. That was how the other day I saw a post by Sowore saying that Peter Obi, many of the people endorsing Peter Obi are bad leaders of the past. He shared it, Babangida, Basanjo, General Enenche, and all that. He was just naming people. Say these are not good people. They have killed people before and do this or that, and they are backing Peter Obi. But these are Nigerians. These are Nigerian leaders that you need their support if you are to win an election, if you are to have even a peaceful run of your government. You cannot wish away Obasanjo. You cannot wish away Abibi. They may have their drawbacks, but you cannot take it away that they have done the best they could in their time. And if you want to be president of Nigeria, as Peter Obi wants to be, he has to embrace all Nigerians, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So it's unfair to tell him that he cannot meet with Gumi, or that if he meets with Gumi, he has become a disgrace. It has become a bad thing. No, that's not true. I do not agree with that. I do not agree with that. That's not common sense. Because let us be frank about this. This 2023 presidential election is going to be the most contested presidential election in Nigeria's political history. And for you to become the president of Nigeria, you need to win 2/3 of all the states of the federation and win the popular vote or majority of the votes. So every single vote counts. While Peter Obi is making efforts to lock down Southeast and South-South, and possibly North Central, and then share Southwest with Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he needs to be able to have at least 25% of the votes across Northeast and Northwest. So he cannot afford to isolate himself, as some of those on Twitter are suggesting, who I don't know whether they are obedient or not. So he has to reach out for every single vote available. And anybody who can help him to get that vote, he needs to reach out to such a person. That is the way politics is. There is no two ways about it. That is the way of politics. You have to reach out, even to those who may not even vote for you at the end of the day. But you just have to make effort. You cannot sit in your cocoon thinking that you're going to get win two-thirds of all the states of the federation and win majority of the votes. You know you have to reach out. You have to reach out. That is the way politics is played all over the world. Okay? So it is important. And besides, Peter Obi is going to be the president of all Nigerians. He is not going to be the president of southern Nigeria. He is going to be the president of all Nigerians, both from northeast, northwest, north central, southeast, south, southwest. He's not going to be a president of Nigeria like Buhari, who was talking about 95% and 5%. Because the new Nigeria that is going to be produced in 2023 will be a Nigeria for all Nigerians. So no part of the country should be left behind. Nobody should suggest that any part of this country should be isolated, or that any particular presidential candidate should not go and meet certain people. And there are some revelations that came out from that meeting. Because you can see when Sheikh Gumi met with Peter Obi, he posed some question to Peter Obi. He said, what are you going to do about restructuring? What are you going to do about insecurity? What are you going to do about economy? What are you going to do about the agitation? And he's in that questions he threw at Peter Obi. He said, whatever you tell me will determine whether I will vote for you. And I will share it on my Facebook. That's what he said. So the fact that millions of followers of Gumi visit his Facebook page and sees his take on the interaction with Peter Obi is a plus. We know there are people who are doing everything possible to demarcate Peter Obi using religion and ethnicity, especially in the north. So reaching out and interacting with Gumi is a very positive development. It's a very good development. Because at the end of the day, Peter Obi is going to be the president of all Nigerians, including Sheikh Gumi. That is why I support Peter Obi's interaction with Gumi, and I wish that he continue to reach out to as many northern leaders as possible so that they can be able to do away with the suspicion they have towards him. Because Peter Obi needs every vote that he could get in Northeast and Northwest, so that at least in those states, he should be able to make 25% of the total votes across the states of the Northeast and Northwest. And I believe that Peter Obi has the momentum to win this 2023 presidential election. There are states in the Northeast that Peter Obi can be able to win if the campaign is intensified in those areas, especially Christian-dominated Northeast, like Adamawa, like Taraba. He can do very well there. He can compete with Atiku in those states. But that aside, he also need to win substantial votes in the Islamic North or the conservative North. This is where cutting people like Sheikh Gumi becomes very important to that ambition to become the next president of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are new to my channel and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you.